Hello, welcome in. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's so good to see you. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Definitely introduce yourself, set any request for your personal well-being or healing. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful, just adjusting the sound here. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And after that, we will get into a lovely Reiki session where I will send healing to you wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. If you're interested in learning more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing session or a tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all my social media and my email newsletter. So let's go ahead. Let's dive right in and see what some of your requests are. Okay, awesome. So as usual, we are starting things out with our mirror here. This helps to reflect and deflect any energy we don't need. And the copper here helps to break up any blockages and get the optimal flow of energy going. And I did see a couple of requests in there already. So far, I see Patty and Key. I see Lila Ray, Still Not Still, T, Chris. I think I said Renee already, but Renee and Tabs. Awesome. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and start building this grid. I usually work from the top down. I did happen to see that Lila Ray is asking for a little support on a headache. So let's go ahead and bring in some pink tourmaline. This is helpful for migraines and headaches in general, as well as any kind of gynecologic issues. Wonderful for neuralgia and also for mother-baby bonding, for muscle weakness, and for breaking down a negative self-image so you can rebuild a new self-image based in kind of better standards for yourself. And oh, we hear is that a Gertie? Gertie, you want to come up and say hi? Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Hello, say hi. Yeah, you know what the camera is. Yes, you do. She's like, okay, I like this. I'm not sure. Also, so yeah, that is pink tourmaline. So yeah, I'm glad you all enjoyed a moment of Gertie. Yeah. Are you being a good girl today? Yes, you are. Awesome. Good stuff. So I hope your headache gets better soon, Lila Ray. So let's go ahead back up to tabs. And connection with higher self. Connection with spirit. Divination, working towards soul's purpose, creativity, entrepreneurship. Oh, you also had headaches. Okay, so I'm glad I started there. So let's definitely go ahead with connection to higher self and connection with spirit. This covers both. Working towards soul's purpose. Creativity and entrepreneurship. Okay, good stuff. All right. Oh, and Renee, you're looking to stay calm, cool, and collected amidst a move. I got you there. Cool. So let's bring all that in. Wonderful. So let's go ahead in with moss agate. Really is lovely at supporting not only connection to your higher self, but also connection to spirit and connection to unconditional love. It's wonderful too if you're doing inner child work, and it's helpful for any kind of illness or infection. It's actually highly regarded in Chinese medicine for that. Lovely too for releasing fears of the unknown, for connection with nature, and so we love ourselves some moss agate. So that is moss agate, and that's a type of dendritic agate. And hey, you're back? Yeah, you want to come up? Or are you just going to say wow? Do you want to come up or you want to say wow? Her meows sound like wows. Hey, you want to come up? Wow, wow. Do you want to come up? Come Come on up. Oh, you're just reaching for me? You just want pets? Come on up. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and relax. All right. For entrepreneurship, let's bring in some Tiger Eye. Yeah, you want all the toys? You want all the attention? We had a couple of cuddle sessions so far today. Okay. So Tiger Eye is lovely for anything entrepreneurial, anything that involves a lot of research, planning, and like big expansive vision, like thinking broad spectrum, and that's very entrepreneurial. Helpful too for strength, balance, bolstering courage, and protection against especially envy and jealousy, but a lot of psychic and spiritual protection too. But yeah, we will go ahead and bring that in. This definitely helps with having a keen eye on many different things, being on top of lots of different subjects, balancing lots of information and making the most of it. So that's Tiger Eye. For working towards your soul's purpose. Ooh, are you stuck in my sweater? You are. Okay. For this is Blue Apatite. This helps to illuminate your soul's purpose and also helps give you the courage to embrace it and act upon it and bring it into the real world. Lovely too for our relationship with food and for weight loss. It's also helpful for strengthening our energy field or our aura, which is lovely for empaths, and it can be very, very helpful when it comes to inner harmony and inner peace in general. So that is Blue Apatite. For creativity, I brought you in some Azurite, and you can see where it got its name. It's the Azure Blue. Lovely for creativity and insight as well as intuition, which you also requested. It helps with connection to the spiritual self and also for connection with your guides, gleaning lots of wisdom when you do connect with your guides. Helps relieve worry and indecision. And it's also helpful for breaking through energy blockages and moving through obstacles in your path. Helpful too for calming your mind while you're meditating or doing any kind of spiritual work, and lovely for spinal alignment and muscle spasms. So that is Azurite. Yeah, really great for creativity. And so, yeah, so I hope that that helps. So enjoy your shift tabs. I know you're probably watching this later. For Renee, we will go ahead and bring in some fluorite. So you're in the midst of a move and you're like, how do I stay calm, cool, and collected when all of this is swirling around me? Fluorite is a lovely stone for relaxation, but also kind of being the eye of the storm when everything is chaotic and swirling around you and you don't have control. This helps you to find that stillness within yourself, that order within yourself. It's also really helpful for new moms or mom and baby bonding right after birth. But yeah, great for any situation that just feels completely chaotic. So that's fluorite. So I hope that that helps. Another one that I actually find helpful with moving too is garnet. And this one usually makes an appearance at some point in the grid. Garnet can help with organization and being practical, making the most of your time, seeing the best way to do things that's going to use the least amount of resources, including your time. Helpful too for balance and strength in times of change, and moving is a time of change. So we will bring this in. It also does bring in creativity too. So there we go. So that is garnet. So thank you, Tabs, and thank you, Renee. Awesome. Awesome. So let's see who else has come in. Oh, hey. Oh, you're off tonight, Tabs. Oh, of course. Absolutely. Good to see you. Oh, lots of research. Yeah. Entrepreneur stuff is good on you doing all that research. It will pay off. And you're welcome, Renee. Fiad Luna, I hope you are doing well. All right, I'm going to keep on going through everybody's requests. I'm going to bring in a few of Chris's requests. I hope you and Ava are doing well. It's so good to see you as always. Let's bring in some let's bring in leopard skin jasper emerald. Rose quartz. And let's bring in some black obsidian too. So black obsidian is really helpful when it comes to grief and any kind of like a really trapped or blocked grief. This helps to kind of unlock grief so you can start to work with it and move through it. It's also really helpful for trauma and physical shock, whether that's something that happened a long time ago and it feels activated or present in your life now, or something that just happened. Highly protective, wonderful for nervous pets as well. And it's also helpful for making changes after a domestic violence type relationship, or if you're dealing with domestic violence, even as like a second or third hand relationship to someone involved in that. Wonderful too for protection against things like spite. It's thought to help protect against things like gossip. So that is black obsidian. Emerald is helpful for healing skin and body tissue. And it's also really helpful for the upper respiratory system, the whole cardiopulmonary system. So if you're like so many folks and you're still struggling with like a cold, this is a lovely stone to help. Also helps to boost our confidence around our appearance, especially those things that we tend to be really sensitive about. Maybe things we were even teased about as a kid. And helps to reinvigorate our passions in life. So that is emerald. Coming in now, we have rose quartz. We're all really familiar with rose quartz. If you're even remotely interested in crystals, you kind of know about it. It's so helpful when you feel emotionally depleted, but it's also a stone that can help you to shift into different higher vibrations. Like if you are working on yourself and you feel that you want to work on your feeling of deserving love or deserving care, this can help you to gradually move into that, like, yes, I do deserve this. So this can be one that can help you in a long-term unpacking and unlearning kind of way. It's also one that can help you to embody more just general love and compassion. So that is rose quartz. Leopard skin jasper is helpful for anything that's impacting our animal companions. And it's also really helpful for anything that's impacting the skin, as well as coordination and balance too. This is a stone we often use for our animal well-being here, but it's also one that can be helpful for calling upon a soulmate type relationship. So that is leopard skin jasper. And I will also bring in Super 7. Super 7 is lovely for connection with your intuitive side. This helps to work with clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, however you connect intuitively, whatever your practices may be, whatever the style of your connection, this can help boost it. It can also help with the bigger plans and goals that you're working towards. Lovely for strengthening our energy field or aura, as well as embodying inner peace and harmony. It's helpful for connection to and awareness of the interconnectedness of everyone, everywhere. The, as I often call it, unity consciousness. And it's lovely too for healing past life types of factors, any kind of karmic healing, and also for connecting with and healing the earth. So some good ecological healing. So that is Super 7. Oh. That's Gertie. Gertie Okay. Gertie snores. She was really sawing wood yesterday. I'm so glad y'all got to hear at least a little bit of it. Okay, and I will come back for the rest of your requests, Chris. I will work them all in. Creative Diva, good to see you, and thank you. This hat is so nice and warm. But yeah, super great to see you. Let's bring in some stones for tea. Still needing support with focus and energy to keep moving and keep moving. Abundance, sticking to schedules, and organizing, basically sticking to your path. I'm struggling with those things too, big time. So Amber, Polychrome, Bumblebee. Amber, Polychrome, Bumblebee, Tiger Iron, and Pyrite. So pyrite is helpful for manifesting financial abundance. It's fool's gold. It calls in the real stuff. It also helps with opening up to intuition while providing some much needed protection. Helpful for the lungs as well as memory and information recall. Really helpful too for allowing your body to make the most of a Reiki session as well. So that's pyrite. Yep, calling in all that financial abundance. Go. Bumblebee Jasper is lovely for mental focus and physical energy with getting things done and being encouraged and motivated to want to get that work done. Lots of positivity, tons of confidence, and sort of like a can-do sort of attitude in here. Wonderful for empowering manifestation and for making decisions, as well as balancing yin and yang in the body. Do be careful with Bumblebee Jasper, though. It does have big amounts of sulfur and arsenic. And next we have some Polychrome Jasper. Polychrome Jasper helps with mobility and helps us to, on a physical level, like joints and things like that, helping us to actually physically move, but also motivating us to want to move around. This is an encouragement, an empowerment, and also breaking through indifference. Definitely motivating for all of those things. Lovely too for helping to balance the Earth Star chakra that's beneath the root, so that empowers our ability to show up in our soul's purpose and do the work that's required to make it happen, and also helpful for reigniting our soul's purpose in general. It breaks through a lot of indifference, and it's great too for self-confidence. So that is Polychrome Jasper. Amber is helpful for a number of things, especially things like depression and seasonal affective issues. It's lovely for tooth pain, teething babies. It's been used for thousands of years for that. Helps with releasing emotional blocks and negativity. Helps with inviting in luck and prosperity, attracting long-lasting love. It's a stone of creativity and of courage, as well as one that helps support those with mental illness, mental health issues. It can be really supportive in that way. So that is Amber, which is fossilized tree sap. So there we go. And Tiger Iron, which we're just kind of hanging out with recently. Tiger Iron is golden tiger, usually golden tiger eye, with hematite going through it. So in much the same way that hematite can be quite grounding and can also be lovely for clearing the blood, this is also a stone of quite a bit of protection too. I'm actually going to open up the book on this again. Let's see. I know it was in the other book, but I can't remember if it was in here too. Ah, there we go. So this is So tiger iron. So this is actually a different book than I had been using for tiger iron. I had been using Cassandra Eason's book. This is Philip Permutt's The Crystal Healer, which I highly recommend. And it talks about artistic ability, creativity, vitality, survival instincts, good for healthy muscles and blood. Helps vitamin B deficiency and anemia. Ooh, I could use it for that. We also heard in Cassandra Eason's book a little bit more. So this is The Complete Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason, another book I definitely recommend. And here it talks a little bit more about, lots of energy, releasing fatigue, increasing stamina. Also talks a lot about grounding and minimizing panic attacks, as well as phobias and compulsions. Thought helpful for anyone who creates with their hands. Wonderful. Promotes power, strength, and stability. Great for oversensitive pets, especially cats. Ooh, that's good to know. So that is tiger iron. I'm glad we had a chance to pick through that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So let's see. Awesome. So got all your requests. I hope that helps. Lots of love, T. It's good to see you. Hello, Dancing Vegan. Welcome in. Feel free to request any healing or well-being, and we'll add some crystals to the grid for you. Let's see. Yeah, so much alignment, Patty. You're absolutely right. So Patty has some good... Oh, yeah, and definitely hit that like button if you haven't already. Thank you for the reminder, Lila Ray. Let's bring in some crystals by request for Patty and Keys. So we've got some jade, red tiger eye, dragon blood, bloodstone, green onyx, sujolite, epidote. Let's start with some epidote. This is another one that's great for injury and illness and kind of bouncing back from them. So that's epidote. This also helps with negative self-talk. If you really yell at yourself, if you're mean to yourself in your internal monologue, this can help you break that habit. Helpful too for the nervous system as well as the skin, and for connection with the fairy realm. Many folks also consider epidote to have beneficial properties for folks with Parkinson's. So that is epidote. And I always mention this in every stream, but I don't see anything I do as anything more than a compliment to all of the other care you're getting. I don't feel any of this is a replacement for any other kind of care. But I'm here to help support in every way that I can. I'm just honest about the limitations of what I can do. Next is Dragon's Blood, also goes by Dragon Stone, and this is actually made of epidote and pymonite, so it's very closely related to the crystal we just used. This helps with grief and loss and working through those feelings without losing yourself in the process. Helps with optimism, happiness, wisdom, and for the immune system as well as the nervous system. It's also helpful to support you as you face those things about yourself that you need to change, and it gives you a lot of courage to face that and change that. Gives you a lot of strength in that regard. It also helps you to learn from your mistakes and to have patience with yourself. So this is Dragon's Blood or Dragonstone. So let's go ahead and put that here. Sugilite helps with that interconnectedness of everyone and everything everywhere, that enlightenment. Sugilite is a stone that can help you remember that and recall that we are all interconnected, that what we put into the universe, we put into ourselves. This can help hold a good space for world peace and things like that. So very high vibrational stone. Red tigerite helps with protection, whether the person who is causing you harm is doing it in a mundane way, like maybe they're gossiping about you or gaslighting you or anything in the bully spectrum, broadly speaking. This can help and keep that at a distance. It also helps on the spiritual side to make sure that any malevolent spiritual work is kind of kept at bay. Lovely too for manifesting financial abundance. If you need those resources in a hurry, red tigerite can be very helpful. So let's go ahead and bring in that red tigerite. Go. Jade is a lovely stone in so many ways. I mean, it was sacred to the Mayans and it's still sacred throughout China. So here we go. This is nephrite jade. This helps with peace of mind, body, and spirit. And it's in general a stone of resourcefulness and confidence. It helps with making your dreams come true and actually achieving those things. Helps with grounding stress, prioritizing yourself, and also with empowerment. This is one that I often think of as sort of the good luck, good vibes, wonderful in every way. This is sort of like good fortune and abundance in every capacity. So that is jade. Bloodstone is one of my emotional, everything hit the fan kind of stones. This can be really helpful if you have broken heart or anything you're working through that emotionally is so devastating it feels like it just shook the ground underneath you. Bloodstone can be helpful for that. Also helpful for emotional perseverance for long-term kinds of things like long-term grief or going through something that'll take a while like a divorce. Helpful too for relieving self-doubt and also for quieting our mind, whether our mind is racing on a regular day or if we're struggling with things like meditation and spiritual work to keep our mind a little bit more calm. This can be really, really helpful. So that is bloodstone or heliotrope. It's also known as heliotrope. And green onyx is very helpful for grief, sadness, especially intense sadness. It helps us to make decisions in alignment with the highest good. It helps us to move forward, even though we might not feel emotionally prepared to do that yet, but we kind of have to. Green onyx is lovely for that. It also is a stone that I'll often recommend for folks if they feel just like emotional shutdown. So that is green onyx. And every shade of onyx is wonderful for dealing with grief. Awesome. And we'll do blue kyanite too. So blue kyanite helps with self-acceptance on the level of just loving and accepting yourself exactly as you are. This also helps us to better understand the intuitive guidance we get, no matter how it comes through. It's lovely for making general healthy choices and changes in your life. It's thought really helpful for lots of neurological concerns, especially around mobility and speech. And it's helpful too for harmonizing really immature behavior, things like spite, pettiness, like that kind of stuff. This is thought to kind of calm that down. And that's whether you're struggling with those feelings or whether you're dealing with someone else who is struggling with those feelings, especially towards you. So that's blue kyanite. And I'm going to keep coming back through your requests too. Awesome. So I'll keep coming back to your requests too, Patty. Belinda, welcome in. Hey, little tree. Allie, welcome in. Awesome. What's the difference between epidote and unakite? Epidote and unakite can look a lot alike. Sometimes epidote can be almost entirely green or all dark green, and sometimes it has some like pinkiness to itself. Unakite actually has epidote in it, so there's definitely overlap. But unakite is more based on women's health, circulation, good relationships, heart circulation rhythms, and also quitting smoking. But here's how close they look. So these here are these on top are unakite. Down here is epidote. So they do look pretty close. And then Dragonstone, the green in there is actually, especially some of the pink that's in with the green, it's just a little bit, that is epidote as well. So it's fascinating, isn't it? Okay, so let me put that epidote back. I hope that answers your question. So let's see. Healthy self-esteem, not people-pleasing, setting healthy energetic boundaries. Gotcha. So good boundary stone is yellow calcite. Mahogany obsidian. Yeah, let's start with these two. So, gotcha. So yellow calcite, this is a lovely stone for helping with boundaries. It helps with everything related to the solar plexus chakra, which is our center of self-identity, and really favoring our internal wants, needs, and desires. This is a stone that can help you to release the need of approval of others and to set priorities based on what you want in life. Lovely for self-identity and realizing your own dreams and realizing what you want might be different than what others want. And yeah, lots and lots of confidence, lots of optimism and joy as well. So that is yellow calcite. Let's see. Yeah, so that's yellow calcite. The other stone I want to add for you is going to be mahogany obsidian. This is really helpful for releasing perfectionism. If you're somebody who struggles with a done something is better than a perfect nothing, if that's like something you need to remind yourself of, this might be a lovely stone to work with. So this, like I said, releasing perfectionism, but also like meeting goals, strength and physical vitality, skin healing too, and also releasing anger and resentment to a point. But this is one that helps you to feel more firm and a little bit more resolve in your root center, so that you feel like you can stand up and be like, I'm okay with what I think is good. And this is good enough. I don't need somebody else to weigh in on it, and helps you to let go of needing other people's opinion to feel secure and stable in what you're doing. So that is mahogany obsidian. So let's go ahead and put these guys here and here. And oh, we have a Hattie. Hi. Well, you're going to have to share my lap with your sister. Yes. Hello. How are you? I'm honored. Both of you went away from the heater just to hang out with me. What you doing? What you doing? That's Hattie playing with the microphone. Okay. Yeah, you hang out there. Okay. So I hope that helps. Yeah, strong, healthy, energetic boundaries too. Gotcha. Actually, I'm going to bring in black onyx. Something's told me a couple of times so far today to bring this in, so I feel like now's a good time. In addition to releasing doubt and building self-esteem, which is going to be super helpful for you. This is also helpful for some other of us. This helps with grounding fear and anxiety. It's lovely for grief and energetic protection. It's also helpful for ancestor connection. So that is black onyx. So yeah, that's always a really good stabilizing stone too. So I hope that helps, Fiat Luna. Thank you for all you do. And everybody, Fiat Luna has her own awesome Reiki channel, so definitely go and check it out. So thanks for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Let's see. So for Creative Diva, protection. Oh, good. We're all on the same wavelength. Peace, emotional healing, self-compassion, mental clarity, joy, and perseverance in the midst of adversity. Definitely, perseverance in adversity is definitely a bloodstone thing. Overcoming obstacles that seem insurmountable. Gotcha. So let's bring in some dumortierite. Self-compassion is big time dragon's blood. So helpful with that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's bring in some pink kunzite. Yeah, so let's start with smoky quartz. This helps with a lot of protection. This helps to transmute energy, and it's been used since the Middle Ages to protect property against theft, but it also helps with releasing worry, bringing in a sense of calm and inner peace. It helps to get energy blockages to kind of move, and it's also lovely for hope in uncertain times and during uncertainty, which seems like kind of a good thing for you now. Also great for chronic pain and for flexibility, like literally in the body with movement and flexibility, but also flexibility of the mind and the mental state and not being locked in and rigid, mentally speaking. So we will bring this in. I think that this can help. So yeah, very protective. So smoky quartz. We also have some pink kunzite because self-compassion, definitely helpful with dragon's blood or dragonstone. But pink kunzite, I feel like, is a good fit too. So this helps with compassion in every way. Compassion for yourself, compassion for others, receiving compassion from others. Also helps with attracting commitment-based loving relationships and healing emotionally, healing a broken heart. It helps with hormones, chemical sensitivities and allergies, neuralgia. It also helps with folks after having received anesthesia. Lovely for sleepless babies, helping new moms, and can even help in certain types of toxic work environments. So that's pink kunzite. I always feel so close to the Kuan Yin when I hold it. So that's pink kunzite. For mental focus, the best one we have probably is Bumblebee Jasper. Polychrome Jasper helps, but I'm also going to bring in rutilated quartz. These rutils that are in the quartz are thought to help like focus like the mind and thought, but also thought to help focus the healing energies within the body. And that's whether you're getting something like energy healing or you're getting like standard modern medicine treatment kind of things. Also helpful with boosting energy, especially if you've recently been sick or just run down. And oftentimes this is seen as a stone of a good gift for someone who is struggling with cancer, because it's thought to direct all of the healing treatments to where they're most useful in the body and help give a boost of energy. So that's rutilated quartz. I love it for mental focus. For overcoming obstacles that seem insurmountable, one that can be helpful is dumortierite. Dumortierite's lovely for improving any kind of situation that feels beyond hope or like couldn't reasonably on its own kind of get resolved. It helps too with releasing anger, resentment, frustration. It's lovely for patience too, including patience with yourself. It helps you to stand up for yourself when needed, and it also helps with healing ligaments and tendons. It's good for chaotic type energy, so this will also help Renee. But also, if you're familiar with astrology, if you have any big Uranus transit going on right now, this can be a helpful stone too. Also helps tidiness. So if you're organizing or reorganizing something, dumortierite can help with that. So I hope that that helps, Creative Diva. And lots of love to you. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Awesome. Dancing Vegan want to have more discernment regarding personal relationships. Gotcha. Let's go with carnelian and celestite. So carnelian is all about relationships. The close, intimate relationships, including romantic relationships that we have, all the way to just how we relate to like society more broadly. This is very related with the sacral chakra, which is beneath the navel, and also helps things like creativity as well as sexuality and fertility. Wonderful too for colds, allergies, and wound healing. But this is a lovely stone too for calling upon a soulmate type relationship. But this is good for whatever's going on in terms of relationships, helping to find those patterns or see what's going on and doing the healing work behind it too. So that is carnelian. And then let's go ahead and after this, we're going to bring in a stone of discernment that we often like to work with. And that is celestite. This helps us to connect with our angels as well as our kind of our higher wisdom and our spirit guides. And it's lovely for discernment. So that can be, okay, what am I feeling and where is that coming from? Sort of a, oh, I'm just worried because it's just, I tend to worry. It's like, well, are you worried because you tend to worry, or is there an intuition there? Or did you see a flash of something that gives you reason to take a pause? This can help you to sort that out. Lovely too for improving our experience in pain. It can help basically shift how aware we are of our bodies in the moment. So that is celestite, but yeah, very angelic in nature. So that is celestite. So I hope that that helps, Dancing Vegan. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Hey, Amanda. Okay, so let's see. I lost my place already. Catherine, good to see you. Good stuff. So I've got some good questions down there too. Belinda Gartares, welcome in. Yeah, everybody that's coming in now, feel free to go ahead, introduce yourself in the chat if you're up to it, and go ahead and set any requests for your personal healing and well-being. I'm happy to pick particular stones for you based on those requests, or if you're looking for a very specific stone, let me know. If I have it, I'll put that in for you. Let's see. Allie, good to see you. Vincent, I hope you're doing well. Catherine, Creative Diva has a great question I'm going to answer in a moment. Athena Nicole. Something for distressing. Is that de-stressing? I'm going to say de-stressing. It's probably what it is. Okay. Sister Sheba. Oh, you're welcome for introducing you to Cassandra Eason. I'm really glad that you enjoy that book. I hope you're doing well. I know you all are getting some wild weather out there, Sister Sheba. Yeah, Tabs, releasing perfectionism. Yup, it's me too. I struggle with that as well. Mahogany Obsidian, so helpful. Goddess of Four, Amanda Green. Good to see you both. Affirmation Station, wonderful to see you. Mary. Oh, good, Athena Nicole. Thank you for confirming. And good to see you, Mary McBride. And who else? Awesome. It's okay, Athena Nicole. I think we're all still unpacking how wild last week was. Is dragon's blood a jasper? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'd have to research that. I'm going to have to research that. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it for you. I'm going to say I feel like no, but I could be wrong. So I'll get back to you. May have to ask a jeweler. And there was a question from Creative Diva on how to best access the healing power of crystals. There's tons of ways. Carrying it around with you, putting it in a place of prominence, making any kind of a grid, and you don't even have to have other crystals to make a grid. You can use herbs or you can use anything, really. But yeah, putting it in a place of prominence or on your altar. You can also meditate with it or even hold it like while you're getting energy healing, or just hold it and just breathe and just ask it to share about itself to help you with your healing. Any of those can be really, really helpful. But I like the idea of keeping it close as much as possible. Just having it there can be really helpful. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Awesome. That's an awesome set of gratitudes, Chris. Thank you for those. Allie, something for restful sleep and dream recollection. Yeah, absolutely. So labradorite is really helpful for, oh, I got a Gertie kiss. Why, thank you. Labradorite's great for helping us sleep, and it's also wonderful for clairvoyance, and that's our spiritual sight. So that can help on both to some extent, but definitely with sleep. This also helps to calm disputes and helps to harmonize workplaces, especially if your workplace is just feeling a little toxic. This can help. Wonderful too for research, study, and detailed attention, finding errors in a lot of information, like needle in a haystack kind of situations, and wonderful for enjoying travel as well. So that is labradorite. Let's actually go ahead and start a new row. And so if that's going to help us sleep and also help with our clairvoyance, another stone that's really helpful for things like dream recall is prehnite. This is lovely for doing any kind of sleep work, dream work, even lucid dreaming. Also helps any kind of prophecy, divination, any intuitive practice, even like shamanic journeying. This is really helpful for. Also helpful for refusing unfair demands, helping to relax a wandering mind and bring it back in, whether it's for spiritual use or just for your everyday. And also helpful for anemia, gout, and kidney and bladder problems. So that is prehnite. So I hope that helps. And let me know if there's anything else I can do. So all the best to you. Good to see you here. So de-stressing. So let's do let's just go with some shungite for now. We have a couple of good like de-stress kind of stones in there, but shungite is always my go-to. This is so good at releasing everything from stress to emotional pain to energy blocks. It's lovely for physical healing in the body, and it's wonderful too for deep clearing our energy field. Wonderful too if you happen to be sensitive to electromagnetic frequencies. And that's like if you spend time around electronics and suddenly feel tired, cranky, suspicious of everyone and everything, that can generally be a sign that you might be sensitive to electromagnetic fields. Some folks are, most folks aren't, but that can be a helpful stone. So that's shungite, but that's great for de-stressing. We also have in fluorite. Fluorite is lovely for finding relaxation and also dealing with any kind of chaotic situation or chaotic energy, to kind of be the eye of the storm and be able to do all the things you need to do, feel like you are centered despite what's swirling around you. So I hope that that helps. Okay, cool. Puppy's eye, cold, joint pain, weight loss, and fast money. So we've got fast money in there. Weight loss, we have blue apatite. Let's bring in howlite for joints. Iolite for a little bit more support for weight loss. Let's bring in some citrine for financial abundance. Desert rose selenite also supports animal well-being, although we do have in there some leopard skin jasper. Let's bring in some aventurine, which can help with the eyes. And for your cold, we have emerald, carnelian, and moss agate are already in there. So desert rose selenite, which was also requested by Patty. This helps with going through consistent efforts to bring about your larger goals. This helps with redefining ourselves and also with perseverance for things like schooling. It helps too with fighting viruses, including colds. Wonderful for acne, eczema, upset stomach. Very supportive of men's health and also supportive of animals' well-being. Helpful too for anything around real estate, especially if it involves the paperwork around real estate. So like leases, mortgages, all the financial dealings, all that kind of stuff. So that is desert rose selenite. Citrine is helpful for manifesting abundance, especially financial abundance. Lovely too for balancing our logic with our intuition, for dealing with addictions and compulsions, for making good financial decisions, as well as dealing with nausea and fibromyalgia pain. So that is citrine, and natural citrine that hasn't been treated to make it turn into citrine from amethyst. It's getting harder and harder to find. And so I'm having a hard time finding it for the crystal shop right now. So there is some citrine. Aventurine helps with the eyes, but it's also helpful for giving us a lot of encouragement when it comes to what we're capable of. This helps you to see a bigger version of yourself than you may be seeing right now. And if you think, oh, I can't do that and I can't do that, this is a stone that says, well, let's give it a try. Lovely to not only for the eyes, but also for fertility and heart rhythms, as well as allergies. So that is green aventurine. very, very encouraging. It's like a slow and steady wins the race kind of vibe to it. It's a stone you can work with for a long period of time. Iolite definitely helps with intentions around weight loss, but it's lovely too for intuition and clairvoyance, what we see, our spiritual sight. This can help things like shamanic journeying, scrying, anything that involves using your sight, even guided meditation. Wonderful too for fever and money management, as well as weight loss. So that's iolite. So there we go. And howlite is very helpful for the joints and the bones. So whether you've got like an acute injury or like an integrity issue or a chronic pain issue or like a regular dysfunction issue, either way, this is going to be really, really helpful. It's even thought helpful for absorbing things like calcium and magnesium. All of those things I have trouble with. I have serious issues with bone density. This is also helpful with completing studies and learning, as well as anger, resentment, and frustration. So this can also be really helpful alongside dumortierite. They have a lot of complements to things. So let's go ahead and bring in howlite. Awesome. So I think we got all of your requests. Oh, we did. Okay, good stuff. So all the best to you, Goddess of Four. It's so good to see you. It's good to see all of you. Oh, thank you, Joanna. I love this hat. I got this hat on like clearance because I crochet, but I saw this and I'm like, that's a thick, heavy, sturdy hat. And so, yeah, I've had this for a few years and it was only a couple bucks. It's one of those lucky buys kind of thing. Samantha, good to see you. Oh yeah, Hattie and Gertie are definitely here. Oh yay, Sister Shiva. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm still way behind in emails and everything else. I promise I'm trying. Okay, let's see. And I also saw Catherine request something for a headache. We put in pink tourmaline. You're not the only one with a headache tonight, not by far, unfortunately. Another stone, two stones that can be good for headache. I'll bring them both in, because if that's what's going on for folks, like let's deal with that pain. One stone that can help with headache pain is rhodochrosite. This is lovely for heart and circulation, as well as intuition, particularly things like telepathy, connection with your angels, and even deceased animal companions. It's lovely for asthma and also stress headaches. So, and also this is very healing for like mother-baby bonding or healing any type of past issues that are related to mom and motherly topics. Oop, there we go. So that is rhodochrosite. And another stone that can be helpful for headaches, especially tension headaches, but not exclusively, is blue lace agate. Lovely for sore throats, skin allergies, and also expressing really difficult emotions, like the emotions that it's like, I need to say it, but it's like stuck in my throat. It also helps to soften words you need to say to someone else to make them a little bit more gentle. And it also helps arthritis and fractures. So that is blue lace agate. So I hope that helps. I hope everyone's doing okay with I know the barometric pressure has been wonky, and as it shifts for us in the next day or two, I'm probably going to be feeling it too. I have trouble hearing, my ears pop, stuff like that. Let's see, focus. We have all our good focus stuff in there. Patience, money manifestation. Let's see. Our biggest patience one is definitely dumortierite, and another one, especially for patience with ourselves, is dragon's blood. So they're all in there. But let's also go with moonstone. Moonstone can be helpful for connection with divine timing and trusting divine timing, especially when it's not in alignment with our sense of preferred timing. But moonstone is really helpful too with claircognizance, clairaudience, intuition in every capacity. This helps us to connect to the rhythms and cycles of nature, especially the moon. So if you're doing any kind of full moon or new moon magic, moonstone's helpful. Helpful for connection to protection of women, the divine feminine, old spiritual practices and healing techniques, attracting love like a soulmate type relationship, and also releasing habits. So we will bring this in. It's very protective of travelers as well as protective of women. So that is Moonstone. There we go. So hopefully that will help with patience. We've got all the good money manifestations in there, with the only exception being cinnabar. So cinnabar are these bright red spots on this white piece of crystal here. Cinnabar is mercury. Be very careful with this. And it's been used by humans for thousands of years, and throughout much of that time, this is long thought to be a merchant stone. It's thought to attract customers to a business. So in that way, it is very much an abundance stone. You may find it on the market more like this. This is usually sold as cinnabrite, and just those teeny tiny little red dots that you can barely see are actual cinnabar. But quartz boosts the energy of the stones around it, and you're handling less mercury in using it. So cinnabar, cinnabrite, lovely stone for bringing in financial abundance. So yeah, and we've definitely got the focus stones in there. So I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you're doing well. Sister Sheba, rutilated quartz is in there. Let's bring in that galena. So galena is helpful for energy protection as well as grounding and centering. Especially if you feel just like pulled in a million directions, this can kind of help you come back to yourself. It helps to reduce inflammation as well as healing things like cysts and boils and even acne. Lovely for healing sense of smell, dealing with any disorders of the veins and arteries, but especially the veins. Helpful too for mental and emotional transformation, as well as winnings of money and the return of anything that's been lost or stolen from you. It's also thought to be helpful in terms of its connection to Saturn. So if you are really into your own astrology and you're going through any kind of a tough Saturn placement right now, galena can be really helpful. So that's galena. But yeah, very physically heavy. This has a lot of lead in it, so definitely be careful. So good to see you, Sister Sheba. Affirmation station, angel guidance, and for joy and positivity. So angel, we've got celestite in there. Let's bring in amazonite and sapphire. They're both very angelic. Joy and positivity. Let's bring in some fuchsite. So fuchsite helps with accepting like just love and joy and also play. Just playing for the sake of play and fun and really just renewing the spirit. It helps too with any inner child work. It's wonderful for spinal alignment, sleep disturbances, and also carpal tunnel syndrome. So that is fuchsite. Fuchsite, that's good for play and joy. There we go. Another one that is wonderful for, I wanted to get angelite. There we go. Another one that's great for connection with our angels is, as the name would suggest, angelite. This helps with our connection to our angels, our spirit guides and helpers, and intuition in general. Lovely for helping you feel connected to source and unconditional love. Also really helpful for high-level spiritual protection, and it's also thought to help the body make the most of sound healing. So that is angelite. And sapphire is very angelic indeed. Definitely helps us to connect with our angels, but it's also great for things like channeling and mediumship, high-level intuitive kinds of connection. Lovely too for inviting in speedy justice. Lovely for the eyes, ears, and the thyroid. thought to support folks with dementia as well as those who love and care about them, and envisioning a good outcome even when, the obvious would suggest otherwise. So that's sapphire. Yeah, it's a very potent stone of intuitive work, but definitely a helpful angelic stone. So I hope that helps, Affirmation Station. Lots of love to you. Oh, I see some new folks coming in. Ooh, sardonyx. Ooh, I'll look that up in a minute. Let's see, Samantha. And I'm going to get to everybody's requests before we go into the healing, I promise. It's so lovely to see you too, Samantha. Something for protection, you're feeling like some spiritual attack vibes. Definitely have some red tiger eye in here, which is really helpful for that, as well as black onyx, smoky quartz. There's a lot of good ones in there. Also, shungite is helpful for kind of keeping your energy field clear. Yeah, lots of that stuff, but there's also jet. Jet is really, really protective when it comes to things like nasty spiritual work. And also so nasty spiritual work, the paranormal, evil stuff, this is really helpful. Also incredibly helpful for dealing with grief, deeply processing your grief without losing yourself to the difficulty of that. Helpful too for anyone that is near a hospice situation. So if you have a family member, friend, loved one, even an animal companion that's soon to cross over, jet can be really helpful for that too, but very protective. So I'm going to bring in some jet for you. So bring in one here and here. Okay, so I hope that helps. Yeah, and red sardonyx I've not worked with at all. M. Bates. Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. It's nice to meet you too. And if this is meeting. And I'm glad that you found my channel too. Welcome here. Glad to have you here. Cora Carr, I hope you all are doing well. And Ninja4858, good to see you. Yeah, and a lot of the headaches, IBS, asthma, sore throat, sleep and lethargy. Last week when I was sick, I don't know that it was even a bug, or was it just energy? I could easily have been the energy. I was super nauseous and so darn sleepy. I was just I may as well have been out with a virus for 3 days last week. It was rough. But yeah, sore throats, asthma, IBS type stuff, headaches. These are things I'm hearing from everybody. So it's definitely not just you. Cora Carr, lepidolite for Vincent and labradorite for you. So labradorite is in there. Let's bring in some lepidolite. Lepidolite helps to calm, soothe, and understand the emotions. And it also helps with highlighting patterns and things, and even opinions or things like that are best to be released. Helpful too for discernment, especially the should I stay, should I go kind. Lovely for mental health in all capacities. Those of you who were saying, including Fiad Luna and Tabby, I think you were yes, I need that too. When we were talking about boundaries and living for ourselves rather than for others and that kind of thing. This is a stone that can help that too. This is a stone that helps things like codependency, obsessive thoughts, addiction, and this is also helpful for weight loss as well as joint health. So Goddess of Four, lepidolite will definitely be helpful for you. Lepidolite, though, definitely, word to the wise, it is lithium, mica, There will be a lot more of it being sold because we're mining a ton of lithium right now worldwide, because we're using a ton of it for batteries. And lithium, yes, it's a mental health medication, but it's a medication. It doesn't impact everyone the same way. I know some folks on YouTube, there's lots of folks talking about, yeah, just put some lepidolite in your water and it'll boost your mood. Since when has Mother Nature been that straightforward? No, it can have adverse effects on people. So it can have a paradoxical effect. For some people, it'll be a boost. For some people, it'll be anything but. So just putting that out there, it's work with it energetically as a crystal rather than like a direct infusion with it. Let me know if there's anything else I can add for you, though, Cora Carr. Happy to. It's so good to see you and Vincent, and I meant to reach out to both of you about something else. I'll be reaching out soon. Ninja 4858, you're having the same issues as Key. Yup. Is there something in the grid already for spiritual awareness? Ninja 4858, yes, but there might be some more. So for spiritual, oh, and hey, welcome in, Shell Bell. And okay, cool. Yeah, I'll see about looking that up for you, Allie. I'll see if it's in any of my books. I think Sardonyx is. Spiritual awareness. So Azurite is there, as is Prehnite, as is Moss Agate. But there's some other really good ones. Also, just like the angelic stones, things like celestite and angelite are helpful for that too. I would say chevron amethyst and green kyanite. So green kyanite helps. It also helps the throat, lungs, chest. When the Omicron variant was really surging, this was really reported helpful by lots of folks. So it helps with things, even asthma. Green kyanite can help with asthma too. It's lovely for balancing and blending spiritual side of you with the mundane everyday side of you. So this can help with boosting that spiritual awareness. It's also lovely for getting some wisdom through your intuition, as well as connecting with the energy of plants and nature spirits. So that is green kyanite. And chevron amethyst can be really helpful for connecting to spirit as well. This is one that can help you to kind of feel more connected to spirit in the way of like sending up requests and hearing the responses to things too. And this is also really helpful for any kind of degenerative disease. It's wonderful for channeling, shamanic work, visionary work, lots of clairvoyant type stuff. So I hope that helps. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Shell Bell, blessings to you. M. Bates, chronic migraines, and they've been pretty bad lately, causing you to miss a lot of work. Absolutely, you're not the only one. You're like the fourth one with headaches tonight, and there's not that many of us in here. Yeah, pink tourmaline, which is in here. Blue lace agate, which is in there. Rhodochrosite. And those are the big ones for headaches. Sometimes there's other ones. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Let's see. Let's add in my big giant pink tourmaline. So this is, if you buy a pink tourmaline online, it's likely going to look like this. The black tourmaline I always put in the center here are sort of like they're only the pink tourmaline and not the quartz that's growing around it. But quartz can also help boost the energy of a particular stone. So this is kind of cool. You can even see a little bit of that orangey in there. That's actually rust or iron that was near this in the ground, and it kind of discolored it. So yeah, that is pink tourmaline. So I'm going to just add this big old piece to like the top or the bottom or around the side of the grid at some point. But for now, I'll place it right here with the hope that it help everyone with their headaches and such. But yeah, I'm so sorry. So sorry, Michelle. And let's see. Oh, your friend is in the hospital with both arms broken? Oh my goodness. Yeah, absolutely. So 2 stones that are really helpful with broken bones are actually both in there. One is howlite. It helps with calcium absorption and healing the bones and bone integrity. And the other is blue lace agate. That really helps with healing fractures. But let's also do... Also, all of the calcites are helpful. I'm also going to bring in some red jasper for your friend. So red jasper, one of the things that it does is it can help bring a lot of emotional support and physical support to like long-term healing and long-term convalescence. And healing a broken bone takes a long time. If you're in a cast, you're gonna have to like relearn how to use your arms a little bit. You're gonna have to rebuild that muscle within the bone. So this will help. This also helps depression, fertility, grounding, helps too with psychic and spiritual protection, as well as standing up for yourself, fighting injustice and bullying. And it's wonderful for just feeling empowered, but just grounded too. So that is red jasper. Let's do here. So I hope your friend gets well soon, hun. 2 broken arms is really hard. I had 1 broken leg and that was hard. Yeah, definitely howlite, good for the bones. Sandstone or petrified wood? I don't have sandstone. I do have petrified wood and picture jasper. Sometimes I've heard picture jasper called sandstone, but I've got picture jasper and I will bring in petrified wood. Okay. So petrified wood is a piece of tree that has died its natural death, and then over time, in the right environment, under the right circumstances, it slowly turned to stone. And this is a stone that can teach us about the cycles of death and rebirth and renewal and launching ourselves anew and being changed by things that happen to us. This particular piece of fossilized wood also has, if you see in the center there, you might notice a little bit of a sparkle. That's actually new baby crystals forming on top of it too. It's got some spirit quartz in it too. So that is petrified wood. It's also very stabilizing too, very grounding. And picture jasper, not sure if this is exactly the stone you were looking for, but I'm going to throw it in anyway because it certainly doesn't hurt. Picture jasper also goes by desert jasper, and it helps with really expansive vision. This will also help with entrepreneurial type stuff. This is like envisioning your future potential in the biggest way, seeing potential for like new adventures, new ventures, like literal business, big travel, big moves, being around people who are from different cultures or maybe speak a different language. Also helps with the kidneys, as well as quitting smoking. So that is picture jasper. I'm actually going to go ahead and put that on top of moonstone. Oh wow, I guess we can't see the moonstone, so let me move that over here. There we go. Okay, good stuff. So I hope that that helps. So awesome, Joanna. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Yeah, healing bones is so hard. It takes such a long time. Yes, Tiger's Iron is in there. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead from the top. I know I skipped a few. So if I skipped any of your requests, go ahead and re-enter them. And Patty and Chris, I know you have a few each for you in there that I'm going back to. So happy to have you all here. Yep, we got pyrite, chevron amethyst. Let's definitely get septarian and tree agate. Septarian, tree agate, snowflake obsidian. And I know for Chris, Herkimer was in their request, and that's not in yet. Also ruby. And rhodonite. Yep. Okay. So rhodonite is another stone that can help with healing a broken heart. And it can also, so that's like whether it's grief or a breakup or divorce. Also really helpful for allergies, autoimmune stuff, asthma, the lungs, overcoming insecurities, and also healing the impacts of past emotional abuse. So that's rhodonite. But I feel like that's a good one for a lot of you that were saying some of the symptoms you're getting right now. Yeah, I've definitely felt a few of those coming around. Next is Herkimer diamond, which helps us with relaxation and being in the present moment. It also helps to harmonize discordant energy. It helps to balance metabolism. It's lovely for boosting anything that you're manifesting and lovely for intuition. So that is Herkimer diamond, which is actually a type of quartz that comes out of the Herkimer, New York region of the US. So there we go. Ruby is lovely for the courage to be yourself, and it lends lots of leadership skills. Helpful too for fibromyalgia pain, love, fertility, and for releasing fears. Helpful too for stopping nightmares. For anyone who's working to establish some financial stability, this can be a helpful stone. And it's also lovely for making decisions. So that is ruby. Sort of like a purpley, almost like a magenta red. Snowflake obsidian is lovely for guilt, loneliness, letting those feelings go. Really helpful for calming overstimulation and balancing the body, mind, and spirit. It helps with serenity and peace, especially that lovely serenity and inner peace. helpful for redeveloping a sense of hope after any kind of significant loss. And it's lovely for clairaudience, which is the intuitive guidance we get through hearing. So that is Snowflake Obsidian. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, the sister science to yoga, and this balances on every level, body, mind, and spirit, and in a big way. This is one that will help release what needs to be released and bring in what needs to come in for all around good health and healing and good spiritual connectedness. Lovely for calming physical and emotional nerves, dissolving ego, connection to inner peace, and also releasing bad habits and things like that. Helpful too for making new connections. So we'll put this in. I'm going to put that in right here, actually. There we go. So that's tree agate. And septarian is really lovely when it comes to actually a lot of the things like Fiat Luna had brought up. This could be helpful too. Septarian for the physical level, helpful for the muscles, especially muscle pain and muscle spasms, but also lovely for the solar plexus and everything having to do with it. Anytime you're doing any inner work, any personal work that you really need to feel vulnerable in to get done, septarian can be helpful. It can also be really helpful for that inner reflection and that big internal changes. Sorry, I just, hip is falling asleep. Sorry, Gertie. Wonderful too for just like supporting you to make the changes that need be made in your life, and helpful for things like identity crisis even. So anything around solar plexus. But yeah, emotional maturity is a good way to summarize this stone. So I'm sorry, hun bun. Ugh. I'm sorry, Gertie. I let you sit there as long as I could. Hope she doesn't take it too personally. Awesome. So it looks like we got the rest. So let's go ahead to here. Tiger iron. Yeah, tiger iron is in here. Yeah, we did tiger iron. So we got that. Awesome. I'll have to write that one up so I have I can start to commit it to memory. Ooh. Oh, I sat in that position for way too long. Awesome. So I think we got it all. So thank you all for being here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I think it's about time for us to head on over into that. Oh, wait a minute. I think there might have been some other ones for Patty. Just taking a peek up here. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, we did get it all. Okay, good stuff. Nice. Yes, we did get everything. So I'm going to do that thing that I do where I explain what Reiki is, how to make the most of your session, and then we're going to slide on into the healing. And while I do that, it helps so much if you all can help me like lift the energy. You can lift the energy of wherever you happen to be just by taking a deep breath in and out. Think of the things that you're grateful for. And then when you're ready, come on into the live chat and share those things that you're grateful for. Oh, that was a yawn. I didn't know if that was going to be a yawn or a sneeze. What a fun surprise. As you're listing what things you're grateful for, that's going to super lift the energy. You'll feel it, and we'll all feel it because we're all interconnected. And after I finish describing what Reiki is, we'll hop into the healing. So thanks again so much for being here. I truly love doing this, and really all of you are just absolutely incredible. I'm so grateful to have all of you here. So if you haven't been here before, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and all that good YouTuber stuff. But for the most important thing, what is Reiki? Well, before we dive into that, if you are interested in learning more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you're interested in scheduling a one-on-one healing or a tarot reading, if you would like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, and there's just several more days left of Kambaba Stone being the crystal of the month and being half off, you can go ahead and check that out at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. That's my website. It's also linked in the description, as are all my social media and my email newsletter. So What is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for those of us in the West that basically has come to mean just energy healing. Specifically, I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. And in this particular method, which was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, this method is, because it came about at that time, it was a time where if you were teaching anything that could even be misunderstood to be part of a religion, big time consequences. So this is a deeply spiritual practice, but it's also completely secular. So I think that's like the best thing that you can have for Westerners, really. So the concept of energy at the heart of this system comes to us from Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, which still very much is a part of culture, society, and worldview there today. And in Shintoism, it's understood that everyone and everything is interconnected and inextricably linked. And that spirit, in this case, however you would define that, supplies this beautiful, soul-affirming life energy. And that is the energy that is flowing through you, through me, through everyone and everything all the time. And it's thought that our body, mind, and spirit are using that energy one moment to the next to help us to find resilience and healing day to day, moment to moment on every level. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy and direct more of it to you, wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. So to receive this healing, the good news is you don't have to do anything. The only thing you need to do is be open to it. And by being here, you already are. So you're good. I generally suggest that you find a nice comfy place to sit or lay down and even close your eyes, but you don't even have to do that. You can also use this time to journal, throw some cards down for yourself, maybe move around, stretch, do some yoga. You can also be creative or make some music, anything that feels right in this time. There's no wrong way to enjoy this session. And during the session, you may feel some physical sensations rise up. You may have some emotions rise up or get released. You may, on a mental level, be able to think some things through that have been challenging. You may also get some intuitions or some clarity or kind of an epiphany or an awareness. You may also have a really healing nap, but more than likely your session is going to look like the perfect blend of all of those things that'll serve you and support you in the best way today. Definitely during the session, you don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. The Reiki will support you however you show up. And for this 25-minute session, at any point, if you feel like you get distracted or you want to go a little deeper, at any point you can just take a deep breath in and out and you'll sink even deeper into the session. During this 25-minute session, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. Additionally, I'll turn the music up. If you would like to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked at the bottom of the description. Oh, and we have a Hattie. Yes, do we have a Hattie? Do we have a little Hattie? How are you? Oh. You want a little massage? Oh, everybody wants to see a Hattie massage. What a good girl. So during that 25-minute session, I'll be focused on sending that energy to you. At the end of the 20-minute session or 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a few deep breaths, come back to your body. At that time, I'll be able to re-engage with chat. So I'll be able to answer your questions at that time. I'll be more than happy to hear any impressions that you had of your session if you feel inclined to share. But just know at any point during the session, again, you can just take a deep breath in and out to go deeper into the session. and you don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep your mind silent. There's no wrong way to enjoy this session. Know too that the energy itself isn't limited by my human limitations. Reiki energy is everywhere all the time. So whenever you're watching this video, if you're watching this after it's live, the healing will be there for you just the same. And for those of you who are here live, I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times every week. The whole schedule is listed in the description. At the same time, if you ever need a Reiki session and I'm not live, check out the past healing live stream playlist. Grab any old video, any which one that you'd like, and just dive on in. It will be healing for you, and it'll be the perfect session in that moment. So thank you all so much for being here. I truly do enjoy this. I truly do feel like aligned with service to be able to hold this space and support you all, and having all of you in the chat supporting each other and being so kind and supportive is everything, and it really is just so enriching. So thank you, all of you, for making this space exactly what it is and for inspiring this beautiful grid. So let's go ahead, take a deeper look at that grid, and get ready to get into the healing. Oh, Catherine, grateful for brownies, and for little Debbie. If there was a cure for celiac disease tomorrow, one of the first things I would get would be a little Debbie. Like, I would absolutely be running out there getting all kinds of old candies and stuff. So let's see. I'm just going to bring in a little bit more balance here. Well done, everyone. This is a beautiful grid. Let's do... That was pretty easy. There we go. Oh, that looks lovely. Okay, so let's take a peek over here. Yeah, seriously, you guys knocked it out of the park. Looks beautiful. I'm just so grateful for all of you. Thank you for all the contributions. You folks brought up some things I needed without knowing it. Yeah, that happens to me a lot in here too. Lots of love. So everybody go ahead. Yeah, definitely. Kitty's awesome. Warm hats and comfort and socks and blankets and pillows and Afghans and comforters. Yes, and yes, and yes. I keep it 65 in here, and I've got 4 pairs of socks on and 3 pairs of pants, and I'm just layered up in winter. It's just how I do. Feel so cozy. Oh, fuzzy PJs, Amanda. Oh, beautiful. Yes, fuzzy PJs. So everybody go ahead, get nice and cozy. I'll see you all in 25 minutes. Enjoy your session. And if you haven't hit that like button already, please consider doing so. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. If you want to enjoy the cat blessing the grid, Gertie is currently in the grid. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. Gertie, what are you doing? What are you doing? How they managed to do that and not completely destroy the grid, like walk all around it, like there's not much extra real estate on my grid. Like they very much respect the grid. Oh, are you going back for more? Gertie, what are you doing? Hey, Gertie. Maybe we don't need to do that. Yeah, you wanted to be in the grid. You wanted to. Everyone, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening if you're heading out. I hope everyone continues to have a great week. Have a good one, Tabs. Yup. Kitty blinging in those blessings. Oh, hey, Heart. I hope you're well. Oh, you want to play with the pink tourmaline. You want to play with the pink tourmaline? Let's see if I can get you to put your little head over here. Come here. Yeah, little bones. What's here? You want to touch it? No? Renee senses extra energy and a bit furry. Have a good night, Mary. Have a good night, everyone. Hail Gertie and Hattie of the hierarchy. LOL, absolutely. Oh, everybody sees your paws. Oh, yeah. Do. Oh, I'm not too cold. I've got all the layers, and I've got cats that are fighting for places on my lap. See how well they respect the grid? Like, they'll go around the grid. They know it's important and special. Yeah, you do. She was upset that she couldn't fit on my lap, so she jumped on the desk instead. Well, tomorrow's stream at 4 p.m. is my next stream. Then Friday at 4 and 8 p.m., Sundays at 8 p.m., and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. Oh, the Gertie. No, that's not food. Don't eat that. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, silly? What are you doing? You looking for toys? Are you looking for toys? Here's a toy. Here's a toy. Oh, now she stepped down. Okay. Oh, now she's bored. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Good night, Korakar. Good night, Vincent. And I will be reaching out to you both really soon. So if you haven't hit that like button already, please consider doing so. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring the stream to a close here with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Like dragons with a hoard of gold, right? So thanks again for being here. I hope to see you again soon. Take care. And bye for now.